So just from a kind of getting a little bit more of an in-depth insight into the world of professional football, professional sport. You say with Oxford, you're flying, you're doing really well. You hit that spot where some games are cancelled or there's a backlog of games. You lose momentum, you lose a bit of form, whatever it may be. What happens on a day-to-day basis to try and turn that round? What's the things that go on behind the scenes? How is that dealt with?
I think there's two things. There's the manager. He can either panic and change things, this, that, and the other, or the players get together and say, "Come on, it's go time. Let's get a result, regardless of how we play. This, that, and the other." So it's a combination of two. It's so easy for managers to try and reinvent the ball when you got them so far, just because you're at a sticky patch, and we couldn't do anything about the cancellation of games and this, that, and the other. So I think I just remember one game. I think it was Hazen Yedden away, and he rested me for that game, and we lost 3-0 or something like that. And this is Chris Wilder, and obviously now great Premiership manager and doing wonderful things at Sheffield United. And I was in the sort of the corridor outside the changing room. I didn't want to go in there and rub their faces in it or this, that, and the other. I just kept out of it. And then he came out and he just looked at me in sort of despair, like, I don't know what to do. I said, when we in? He goes, I don't know. He was just completely lost. And he just took himself away for a weekend or a couple of days and recharged the batteries, just got himself together. And I think from then we sort of kicked on and got ourselves back on track. So managers have wobbles just as players do.
Is that something that a group of players respect when they can see, for example, he's struggling or he's lost and takes himself away? Is a manager given that respect to say, okay, you've noticed that, we're gonna go again now?
Yeah, I think if you see, because we put so much into the season and the staff, him and especially, it was. And Oxford's a big club, so much expectation on the club, especially back then. They've been out of the league for so long. And the season before I came, they were, probably a game away from getting into the playoffs again. So the pressure was on big time. And he was feeling it. And I'm sure he'd open up and say that to you, but it just shows the testament to him and how far he's come. Because that's a massive learning curve, and I'm sure he's learned from it then, and he's going to have to probably use it now. So with the struggles they got.
Does it surprise you to see how well he's gone on to do with Sheffield United?
Yes and no. No, because he's a very good manager, a very good coach, and I think sometimes a home-born sort of lad sort of fits the picture, and it just something magic happens, and that just brings the club, the town together, and I think it's brilliant, and I hope he goes on to be manager there for another 40-50 years. It probably won't last that long, but yeah.